Welcome back, guys, to the weekly recap show.
So is cereal a soup?
No, we're not doing this, guys.
Oh, what
No, it's not
constitutes a
hot. It's
soup?
not hot. Please stop. Please. I just.
There's
But you can
cold
have
soup,
cold soup.
gazpacho, potato soup.
No.
There's
Welcome
think
back,
cereal's
guys. And welcome back again.
on that.
And welcome back, guys, to the weekly recap show, where Zach and Jacob continue to have very interesting discussions as we start the stream. But
Love it.
getting past that, we're going to go into episode 34. We just came to the end of our little 2-episode journey in Innistrad, which for you guys who like Magic the Gathering out there, this is a perfect 2-part series to watch.
Hello, my fellow nerds.
Honestly, if you're watching this and you haven't watched either of these episodes, or you haven't watched most of our stream, and for some reason this is the episode you're jumping in on for the recap, first of all, hello. Second of all,
Hello.
if you enjoy Magic, this is actually a good spot to just go ahead and jump in, watch both episodes, because you don't really need to know our storyline to just jump in and enjoy the episodes, because it's a storyline within itself. So also let other people know if you're watching this and they may enjoy Magic and D&D and tabletop role playing and stuff. These are good too to jump in on as we come to the end of as we come to the end of chapter 1. These are good 2 episodes to jump in on. So yeah, episode 33, episode 34. We're gonna go over episode 34 today. We don't have anyone else on today. Abby's not actually AFK. She's just she was here out last week, and we didn't really need anyone this week.
We kicked her out. We were like, "You're here too long.
Too many,
gotta go.
too much.
Take a break."
It's just paid
She is
vacation.
away from her keyboard, so
That is true.
I mean, well, she could be doing other stuff on her keyboard. We don't know.
That's true.
that's true.
All right, so jumping into this, we're just going to have a couple little discussions. Luckily, we do have the 2 Magic guys here to talk about Innistrad. We don't have Michael here. He does like Magic too.
Turn 1 Soul Ring. Am I right, my fellow
Yes.
nerd?
Yes. OP. Love it.
So, episode 34 in Innistrad, we had... so basically what happened in episode 33, we went through this portal... Or there was a lot that happened in episode 33. But we went through this portal after Abby had opened a chest and Hunter got sucked in, or Anzu got
No,
sucked in.
Thea and
Yeah,
Anzu.
yeah.
Get it right.
Abby, as Thea, opened a chest, and Hunter, as Anzu, got sucked into the chest. And bam, we were all in Innistrad because we followed him in, and we
Reluctantly, I might add.
Yes, very reluctantly, especially my character. Knowing dimensions and portals, I was inspecting it probably the longest time out of everyone, because I know that dimensional travel is not a joke. But getting into this, we had landed in Innistrad, had a couple little fights, went to this big village or this big town that we had seen, and that is where Thea was talked to by who we learn is the Lord of Innistrad, about going to this other town, meeting up with a group of people, and having a fight to help save the town of like this current force that was going against it. If you've missed any of that, you can go back to last week's recap show, because Abby goes into depth about the conversation that she had in that episode. So we all start heading out, and we go through the woods. Thea taking us through the woods, and then we had a fight with 3 things. I forget what they were. We had a fight with a couple things. I think they were angels.
No, for all intents and purposes, they were zombies.
Okay, so we had a fight with 3 zombies. And then we continued moving forward, and we had then talked to an angel who came down and talked to us about like, hey, this is the town you need to head to. They need some help there, and we could see the town ahead of us, so we started heading there, and then we took a short rest for Thea to be able to get some of her spells back and stuff.
And also to get the holy water.
And the holy water, because there was a curse placed on me and on Zygon. The holy water ended up not helping at all. So greater restoration was the thing that we needed to use, which I did have prepared. I only have 2 of them though, so I didn't want to use it at the time. Um, yeah, so we sat there for a little too long, and this large creature started popping up behind us, and Jacob will talk more about that in a few. And we were like, well, shit, we gotta go. So we started heading towards the town. We got within range of the town, and Anzu had put it inside of this. I forget what spell he used. It was a circle of force, though. It was like a wall of force.
Wall of force
Yeah.
that he shaped into a sphere.
Yes, wall of force. He shaped it into a sphere. The monster was stuck inside it, but he could only hold it for 10 minutes. So we had Thea talk to the leader of this like small brigade that had been sitting there, kind of fortifying the defense, waiting for this monster to attack. And they were like, "Hey, we are already really weak, so we need you guys. Obviously, you've made it through this wasteland of monsters. You guys need to help us and be the kind of like the head of this attack." So we decide, yeah, that's kind of how it's gonna happen. Animus is a little annoyed at being here at this point, or like annoyed that we're in a place. I don't know, because like I think I played it as I was annoyed where we were, and that we were constantly having to do like this stuff in a different dimension that had nothing to do with us. But I just kind of went straight up to Anzu and started preparing to once again kill another monster in this other realm that was not going to help us at all. One of the things that we figured out in our first fight of this episode was that divine or radiant magic does more damage and does the final kill to these kinds of creatures, or to the zombies at least. And this creature, so I had gotten a moonbeam ready on this creature. We all prepared our weapons. Anzu let it out of the force, the wall force, and then we had a fight with this creature. It actually was a pretty intense fight because it did more damage than I expected it to do, but it was not too hard. The curse thing was funny though. Jacob incorporated a lot of stuff with the curses where we had to roll, and if we did not roll and succeed, then we had a curse point given to us as well as a random curse effect. So that would have actually killed us if one thing didn't happen at the end of the battle, which was we had gotten it down, we had killed it, and then it all started coming up, lumping back together. And the what was it a paladin who had been with Jacob, the one that had kind of like what was it, Thalia?
She's not a paladin. I would say she's more of a cleric.
Okay, so she was a cleric, but like kind of like a war type cleric. She had a sword.
Yeah, I would say a war cleric would actually be a very good label.
Okay, and so she came up, did the final blow on this creature, as though she thought, and the creature almost was gonna kill her, but the angel came out of the sky that we had talked to before, and finally had caught up with this battle that was going on and killed the final blow with her, I think it was her, with her divine energy, and we had killed this creature. It was definitely a crazy battle. It was really fun to have these random effects thrown on us, though. So at the end of the battle, I was actually about to kill Zygon because of one of the curse effects. So and then so from the battle, we had asked them like, "Hey, how do we get out of here?" Like, we were told to come here, and they were like, "Well, there's a couple people that move through town that we think could help you." So we headed to the other side of town, and as we were, me and Thea had this feeling of energy that was attracting us to a doorway in a small store, and we kind of like hesitantly got the rest of the group to go towards it because it was a familiar feeling for both of us, so it made us feel more attracted to it. When we stepped through there, we talked to this man named the Gatekeeper, who is, in my opinion, in the top two, if not is the top. I can't think of who would be the first right now, but I'm just going to say he's in the top two of my favorite, most interesting characters throughout this series, and we only talked to him for about 15 minutes. Because he apparently is the one who created...
You make Oscar sad.
Oscar can be the second one.
He's very sad right now.
He could be the second one, Jacob. I never said who the second one was. But Yeah, he had created the mirror, which is a fight we had way back at the beginning of our of this campaign stream. So like in February, I think maybe March, we had fought these like alternate dimension us's, like an alternate reality version of us. And when we walked into this room, this guy had another chest sitting in the corner, and he's sitting there. He's like, I like created all this. You guys destroyed one of my mirrors. So I brought you here to kind of help this reality out, because as a consequence for breaking one of my mirrors. He obviously knew a lot about us. All we know about him is he is a very powerful dimensional gatekeeper, I guess. And
Nice.
yeah, he gave us the choice. There's nothing else to say about him. He's a gatekeeper. We don't know much about him, but he gave us a choice on whether we wanted to leave or stay. Everyone said they wanted to leave, other than Animus, because of the top three things Animus's life comes down to. It's saving his family, saving the people of Shadowfell, and then also research on the dimensional travel. So I sat there like saying, no, I really want to like learn what you're saying here, and he said it needed to be anonymous, so, or not anonymous, unanimous decision. And so yeah, we ended up getting sent back, and Animus is a little upset by that, but we are now back at our place. I don't think anything happened at the very end after that, though.
No, I think that's where Jacob called it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. I also had finished my book, which, if you guys don't know, I wrote a book throughout the entire journey of Innistrad.
I would say it's more like a pamphlet, but okay.
Hop off. It's a book in game, but outside of game, I did not come back to it too much because I didn't want it to be like the main source of what we were doing there. But I did keep a whole journal of Innistrad. Yeah, let's go ahead and jump into our conversations then. Zach, do you want to start us off?
Yep. So we'll just go right into the book. Does Animus have plans to maybe publish said book?
Yeah. I'm gonna make. So I think what I'm gonna see I can do next episode is, since we're coming up to the tournament, hope that Animus can kind of sit down and put all of these notes together into a more well put together book that will be easily readable, as well as take a lot of notes on and put a lot of information about this separate plane that we had gone into. And then make a couple copies of it. So one copy would go into the library of our tavern, which is it's kind of the only reason that I'm kind of starting to write books as a character, is because I've been to so many libraries since I've been on the material plane, that and seeing that we have no books and we're not able to get more books, it kind of makes me want to start maybe writing and putting a lot of my own notes into there, because Animus also walks around with a ton of journals that he consistently is writing down more and more information on along his journeys on like dimensional travel, demons, the abyss, all the other underworldly domains, as well as some of the overworldly, including the Feywild, and then also like some of the. Also, he takes notes on a lot of things that he reads when it comes to different planes and dimensions. So he'll probably end up trying to make a couple copies of each of those and not publish them, but like publish them and put them into rotation in our library, and maybe give a couple to Mathis and stuff. So
Cool. We'll go over to you, Jacob. So Michael kind of brought this up kind of jokingly, but I'm actually genuinely curious. What happens if a tabaxi gets lycanthropy?
Oh, geez. So having thought about it more, I think that they would turn into a werewolf, and it kind of overrides the tabaxiness. And I think that's because, like all other races, it does the same thing. It overrides their racial stuff and stuff like that. So I think his hair color would probably change. His tail would probably change. It'd be like if a human changed, except fur color.
I was kind of thinking about that because in Skyrim you have a choice to become a werewolf, and if you're playing what are the cat people in Skyrim called?
Khajiit.
Yeah, if you're playing the Khajiit and you do end up going down the werewolf line with people in the main city at the start, then you just turn into a full werewolf. Like, it takes over all humanoid personalities. So that's what I was thinking. I didn't bring it up at the time though, because it's like that was not an important thing to be discussing in the middle of the episode for me.
I liked it.
I found it fun.
No, for me. No, for like I should not have been the one to chime in and say that in the middle of the episode. I was saying, not Jacob. Jacob and Michael could talk about it because that had to do with Michael's situation. It wasn't my situation though. So I was like, oh, I'll just wait till later.
So I guess it was right after the break. Jacob, you had, I think, close to 10 or 15 anyway in a row, where you just kept saying anyway. So
Yeah.
Caleb, can we have a counter on the YouTube video of
an
how many
anyway
times you said-
counter? You're just asking him to do more editing, is what you're asking.
Let me write that down.
He loves the idea.
I'll see if it doesn't end up on there. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
But it is written down. I have a lot of stuff written down over on these notes for the future, though. So.
Anyway, can we move on?
Like it.
Zach, do you have any more?
That's all.
Sometimes your brain just farts, man, and you're just
dude, you were struggling.
It was.
I
so
was.
Funny.
I had just come back from the break, and I had some chicken pot pie, and I was like, "Ugh, brain."
We should talk about the curses then. So, outside of fighting these creatures, number one, Jacob, what was the second thing we fought? The big main monster fight.
Oh, okay. So Magic fans will maybe be able to already know what this is. So on Innistrad, there were the 4 flights, which are they're essentially military corps that are run by an angel, and 2 of those were run by Gisela and what's the other one? Like, it starts with a B. It's like Bruna. Yeah, Bruna. So in that time in Innistrad, with all the corruption, Gisela and Bruna were fused together to make Brizella, and that is what you guys fought. You fought a monstrosity of 2 angels fused together. And like, so Magic fans, in the Shadows over Innistrad Eldritch Moon block, Brizella is a card. You get Bruna and Gisela, and then if you have them on the battlefield at the same time, they flip over and then combine into one card, and it makes Brizella.
That's sick.
It is so cool. Like, that's it. The Shadows and Eldritch Moon are 2 of my favorite Magic sets, and I was really happy to be able to like show that in the stream.
See, that was my first Magic set I played.
Heck
And
yeah!
So I was sitting there doing this all the time.
Like, oh, I know who that is.
Oh my god!
And so, in the lore of Magic, the angel that talked to you before you guys went into Thraben, that came and saved you guys at the end, her name is Sigarda, and she is the other leader of one of the flights. And in the story of the set, Sigarda is the one that kills Brizella. So I wanted you guys to fight the monster, but I wanted to keep the story a little bit close.
Okay. I was gonna say, I don't understand Magic as much, but for you guys Magic people out there, there's some info for you.
I think that I noticed that I think a lot of our fan base is probably not Magic fans.
They could be someday though.
They could be someday.
We'll flip them back.
I would love to do. If anyone is interested, leave it in the comments of the video on YouTube or talk to us on Twitch. I can play Magic for us, and I could run people through the wonderful world of Magic, and I could teach them how to play. Um, and if you guys are interested, we are not being paid by Wizards of the Coast to say this, but there is a game that Wizards has put out called Magic Arena. It is free to play. Free to play being the key word there.
With an asterisk by it.
Yeah, like an asterisk that's like this big.
I have played Magic Arena, so.
But if you guys are interested in Magic, go on Magic Arena. You can't really do anything in person right now because the diseases.
The diseases
But,
of the world.
But yeah, if you guys are interested, it's free to download and play. Please don't sink money into it. Please don't.
All right,
It's a dangerous rabbit hole.
Let's jump.
It really
into
is.
the curses real quick to end this episode. So Jacob had a thing that was going on with. We would have to roll, as I explained, and if you didn't succeed your roll, you would get 1 curse point, and you would get one of the random curses that Jacob put on me. So, or put on us, sorry. And he had a list of curses for each person. So one of the ones that I had at the very end of my turn, which ended up being my last turn of the not the campaign, that fight. LOL. Was
Just laugh. Why do you have to say LO?
LOL.
Fuck off.
The last thing I had to do was turn. One of the curses I had was I had to turn into one of my beast shapes, and then I had to use my bonus action to turn into a beast shape. Then I had to attack the closest person to me as a beast, and it didn't matter if they were my friend or not. It was just I took full beast form. That was 2 separate curses as well. So Jacob, do you want to run us through what were your ideas from those curses, and what happened if you get to a certain amount of curse points?
So if you got to 5, dead. Your mind would and you'd die. And that's kind of in line with the Eldritch Moon set. So that big spaghetti monster thing that you kept seeing, in Magic, her name is Emrakul, and she's part of she's like an Eldrazi Titan. Basically, just think a Cthulhu monster like that. They're heavily inspired by Cthulhu and stuff like that.
Hunter ended up at 3.
Yeah, Hunter at 3.
He did see that.
At 3. Yeah. So basically, after 3, you can see it. Was what I was doing for flavor purposes, because like in the set of Eldritch Moon, when Emrakul first arrives, people aren't able to see her, and then as her influence grows over them, she can be seen.
So would we have known at the 4th point to save those people, or was it just going to be something that was just going to happen? They would die.
Well, I mean, I would say by the 4th point, I think that you wouldn't have been able to really, you wouldn't have been thinking I need to save these people. The madness would have started really messing with you, because.
No, like if I was looking at Anzu and I was only on 1 point and I saw Anzu's at 4 points, would I see Anzu's a little fucked right now? I probably should restore him.
I mean, probably. You'd probably be able to see that he was acting strange, but other than that, I mean, it's not like he would probably be shouting about how there's a giant, covers the horizon monster in the sky. Yeah. I really wanted to not go too heavy into the lore of Magic, but still have enough that Magic fans who find this later on, or Magic fans that are watching us now, can be like, hey, I know that reference.
Okay. Well, I think
just really want to do a campaign in a Magic setting, because
we probably will do a mini series at some point in a Magic setting.
That'd be really fun. If you guys would be interested in us doing a mini series of Magic the Gathering D&D, we could do it.
Yeah, possibly between campaigns we could do a 1 to 2 month.
Like a month long, or yeah.
So, yeah, if you guys are interested in that, or if you're interested, I know that we're guessing we're about a year to a year and a half out from ending this campaign. But if you guys have ideas on what you might want to see, it would be
for like one shots or
and
honestly,
mini series.
The Gatekeeper character kind of opens up us to be able to do almost any property.
Yeah.
Basically anything, which is what his intention was.
Which was really cool. I really enjoyed that. Yeah. Obviously, we don't know.
I mean, you guys could do like, you guys could go fight the Joker in Gotham, or you like World of Warcraft, or like whatever you want to do. I think it'd be really fun to kind of incorporate him as kind of like the narrator for our one shots. I think that'd be really fun.
Yeah.
To kind of have him set the stage and then have the DM like play him, and then the game starts. I think that'd be kind of fun.
That would be really cool.
But that was my intention. I really like the Gatekeeper character, and he will continue to show up.
He is one of my favorite characters. So
I'm actually thinking about, in the next campaign, if we're in the same setting, using the Gatekeeper as a deity for a bard.
Oh,
because I think that'd be really, really fun.
That'd be insane.
That's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
But I hope you guys really liked it, because
I loved it.
I love doing one shots that also advance the campaign.
Yes.
So that's kind
of guys
Innistrad stuff.
Want to check out some of the one shots we've done in the past? We have a couple up on the channel. They were some of our first videos on the channel, as well as a 2-shot that Michael did that I'm still currently in the middle of editing, but they should be out in the next week or so. I know I keep saying that, but I'm actually editing them now. That'll turn into a mini series. I think it'll be 30-minute episodes per, just so it turns into like something people can watch in shorter periods of time. But if you guys have any ideas on maybe what you want to see in the future, just let us know. Even ideas for our next campaign. Most likely will be me or Michael running it. Jacob wants to be able to play in the next campaign. So just send us some information on that. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope to see you guys at our stream on Sundays at 6 o'clock. And if you missed that, then you can always come and watch our recap show on Wednesday nights, or just go back and check it on YouTube, because I usually get them out pretty quickly after they're done. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you guys next time.